Hello everyone, welcome to this video lecture on Project Network Models Part 4. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about crashing of network. In the previous video lectures, we have discussed about how to construct the network diagram, then how to solve the network problem by using CPM and PERT method. And now we are going to discuss about crashing the network. The other name for this one is cost analysis. There are two important components of any activity, which are cost and time. For example, in constructing a shopping complex, the expected time of completion can be calculated by using the time estimates of various activities. But if the construction has to be finished earlier, it requires additional cost to complete the particular project. So, we need to arrive at a time cost trade-off between the total cost of the project and total time required to complete it. So we have to arrive at an optimum solution by considering time as well as cost. This is actually cost as crashing the network or cost analysis of the project network. There are some important terminologies involved. First one is normal time. It is actually the time required to complete the activity at normal conditions and cost. Next is crash time. This is the shortest possible activity time. Crashing more than the normal time will increase the direct cost. Cost slope, which is the increase in cost per unit of time saved by crashing. So this is how we have to calculate the cost slope. And here you can see this is actually the crash time, and normally it is the smallest possible time, and this is actually the normal time, and this is the normal cost. If you want to crash any activity, it requires more direct cost. By having this, we have to calculate the cost slope. This is actually the cost slope, which is the increase in cost per unit time of saved by crashing. So this can be calculated by using this formula. This is cost slope is equal to crash cost Cc minus normal cost Nc divided by normal time Nt minus crash time Ct. We'll directly solve a simple problem to understand the concept of cost slope. An activity takes 4 days to complete at a normal cost of ₹500. If it is possible to complete the activity in 2 days with an additional cost of ₹700, what is the incremental cost of an activity? So incremental cost means cost slope. So cost slope, we know the formula for cost slope, and we know the values for Cc, Nc, Nt and Ct. So it is 700 crash cost minus 500 normal cost divided by normal time is 4 days, crash time is 2 days. So by having this formula, we can able to calculate the incremental cost per unit time, that is per day here. This is actually called as cost slope. It means to reduce 1 day, we have to spend ₹100 extra per day. This is actually about direct cost. It is there is another component which is actually called as indirect cost is also involved. So we'll be able to reduce the indirect cost by just crashing it, right? Next comes project crashing. The procedure. First step is we have to draw the network diagram and mark the normal time and crash time. And then as usual, we have to calculate TE and TL value for all the activities. Then we have to find out the critical path, and we have to find out all other paths also. Next is we have to find the slope for all the activities and rank them in ascending order. Next we have to establish a tabular column with required field. Next is we have to select the lowest ranked activity, and we have to check whether it is a critical activity or not. If it is a critical activity, we have to crash the activity. Otherwise, we have to go to the next highest ranked activity. And that is one thing should be noted here. The critical path must remain critical while crashing. Right? Next is we have to calculate the total cost of project for each crashing. And we have to repeat the same procedure until all the activities in the critical path are fully crashed. This is the procedure. Next we'll say an example. The following table gives the activities of a construction project and other data. If the indirect cost is rupees 200 per day, crash the activities to find the minimum duration of the project and the project cost associated, as well as the optimal crashed project completion time. So this is a given problem. We have the activities, normal time and cost, crash time and cost. By having this, we have to calculate the minimum duration of the project and optimal duration of the project. We know the procedure. By having this, first you have to construct the network diagram. So we know the activities, that is 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 2 to 5, then 3 to 4, then 4 to 2 to 5 and 4 to 5. 2 to 5, 4 to 5. So this is our network diagram. After constructing this, we should take the normal time into consideration for calculating the TE and TL values. And we know the procedure for calculating TE and TL values. I'm just going fast. So these are all the TE values for all the events. And by using the reverse calculation, we can calculate the TL values of all the events like this. Then we have to find out the critical path. The critical path is 1 to 2, 2 to 8. So the critical path is 2 to 5, right? 1 to 2, 2 to 5. And with a project duration of 14 days. And the other paths also we have to identify. The other paths are 1, 2, 4, 5 and 1, 3, 4, 5. With this, we have to calculate the total cost. So the total direct cost is, if we just add all these things, we will be getting the total direct cost. So it is actually 490. If we just add all these things, it is 490. Then total cost will be total direct cost plus total indirect cost. Indirect cost is actually, it is given in the problem as 20 rupees per day. So it is 14 days. So 14 into 20, which is 280 rupees. So the total cost is summation of these two, that is 770 rupees. So this is for the actual network diagram for the normal time and cost. Next we move on to the crashing. For crashing, we require to calculate the cost slope for all the activities, and we have to rank all the activities according to cost slope. So we know the formula to calculate the cost slope, and the cost slope for the activity 1 is calculated here. So it is 80 minus 50 divided by 6 minus 4. So it is 15. So likewise we have to calculate the cost flow for all the activities, and these are all the cost flow for all the activities. Then we have to rank according to the cost flow. So minimum first rank. So it is 10 is for first rank, 15 second, and so on. Right? If there are same cost slope is there, we have to rank it with the same number. So when we rank that, then we will go for crashing. The critical path we know is 1 to 2 to 5. So we have to select only the critical path activities to make a crashing. So this is actually the network diagram, and this is the given table, and this is actually the activity with cost flow what we have calculated in the previous slide. We have to consider only the critical activities for crashing. So the critical activities are 1 to 2 with a cost flow of 15 rupees, and to 5 with a cost slope of 100. So we have to take the minimum cost slope, which is 15, and which is for 1 to 2 activity. Here up to 4 days we can crash. From 6 days to 4 days we can crash. So 2 days we can crash, right? So we'll try to crash 1 to 2 activity up to 4 days. And we have to check whether the critical path is not driven out. It should be critical path always. So we can crash up to 4 days. So if we just crash this up to 4 days, the entire calculation of TE and TI will be varying. So now recalculate all the TE and TL values like this. We all know the procedure, so I am just going fast. So 0 plus 4, 4, 4 plus 8, 12, 12 minus 8, 4, 12 minus 2, 10, and 10 minus 5, 5, and so on. After recalculating all these things, we have to check whether the critical path is changed or not. We should not make the critical activity to go as a non-critical activity. So critical path we have to maintain. So it is already maintained, but we have one more critical path now, right? If you just check it, so 1 plus 0 plus 5, 5, 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 2, 12. So this is also critical path now. So now we have two different critical paths. One is 1, 2, 5, another one is 1, 3, 4, 5. With a project duration of 12 days. And we have one more path also, that is 1, 2, 4, 5. Right? By having this crashing, we have to recalculate the total cost. Now the total cost is, this is actually total cost, not total direct cost. Total cost is previous total cost plus increase in direct cost. There will be an increase in direct cost because we are crashing the network. We are just reducing the number of days by giving more money. That's why there is an increase in direct cost. At the same time, there will be a decrease in indirect cost because we are reducing the number of days. So overhead charges will be reduced. So there will be a decrease in indirect cost. So the total cost is equal to previous total cost plus indirect increase in direct cost minus decrease in indirect cost. So we know the previous total cost as 770 rupees from the previous iteration, and we have crashed 2 days. So the cost slope for the activity 1 to 2 is 15. So it is 2 into 15, and we have crashed 2 days. Previously it was 14 days, now it is 12 days. So 2 days indirect cost will be less. So it is 2 into 20 rupees, which is given in the problem as indirect cost per day, right? So if you just calculate it, it will be total cost is 760 rupees. You can just have an amazing figure, right? Already it was 770 rupees for 14 days. Now it is 760 rupees for 12 days. So it is an amazing thing, right? So this is a benefit of cost analysis. We can even reduce the total cost by reducing the total duration. By properly doing the crashing, we can reduce the duration as well as reduce the total cost. That is the beauty in this cost analysis and crashing the network, right? Okay. Next we will check whether we may crash some more days. So this is over, 1 to 2 activities over. We cannot make any more crashing here. Next we have to consider only the critical path, right? The first critical path is this one. The second activity is 2 to 5, which involves cost slope of 100 rupees. So we have to do some crashing on this. But if you want to crash this, here it is up to 6 days we can crash, right? If we just crash this to 6 days, what will happen is, here it will be 4 plus 6, the total duration will be 10, but the critical path will change. So what we have to do is, we have to parallelly make crashing in another critical path also, right? So the second critical path is 1, 3, 4, 5. In addition to 2 to 5, right, we have to make some other crashing in this critical activities of the second critical path also. So we have 1 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5 as second critical paths critical activity. In this we have to check for the lowest cost flow. Lowest cost flow is 20 rupees for two activities. So here if we just check it for 4 to 5 we can reduce only 1 day, 2 to 1. So difference is only 1 day, but we are going to reduce 2 here, 2 days here. We are going to crash 2 days here. So we require 2 days. So 3 to 4 can be crashed for the same cost flow. So we choose this one. So it can be there is a difference of 3 days here. We can easily crash 2 days by having 3 to 4 activity, right? So we have chosen 2 to 5 activity crashing of 2 days, and parallelly we are going to crash 3 to 4 activity for 2 days. But if we do so, what will happen is here it will be 4. 4 plus 5 will be 9, right? And here it is 5 plus 3 is 8. So if you just go in this route, it will be 9 and it will be 8 here. So there will be a chance of change of critical path. It should not be allowed. So what we have to do is we have to crash one more unit in this path. That is in this activity, so that we can make this also as a critical activity and critical path without deviating from other critical paths, right? So we are going to do 3 parallel crashing in 3 different paths, so that totally we can reduce 2 days. So here we are going to reduce 2 days, so it will be 6. And parallelly here we are going to reduce 2 days, right? So if we just do so, we have to reduce 1 day here, so that there is no change in the critical path, right? Like this. So now we calculate all T and TL values. 0, 4, 5. 5 plus 3, 8, 4 plus 4, 8. There is no change in the critical path. That's why we are crashing 1 unit here, right? And here 8 plus 2, 10, 4 plus 6, 10. Yes. Now all the activities are critical activities. This is also a critical activity, so this is also critical path. So we have a critical path of 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 4, 5. And there is no more crashing is allowed, because if you just check only any one of the that is critical path, in the first critical path the maximum crashing is over. It is up to 4 days and it is up to 6 days. So no further crashing is allowed. So we can just stop the iteration over here, and the project duration is 10 days. And now we have to recalculate the total cost. So it is again total cost, not the total direct cost. Total cost is equal to previous total cost plus increase in direct cost minus decrease in indirect cost. Previous total cost is 760 rupees. And if we just want to calculate increase in direct cost, we have to consider 3 activities. One is this activity with the cost slope of 100 rupees, 2 days into 100, 2 into 100. Plus this activity of 20 rupees, 2 into 20, and this activity of 1 day. So 1 day into 10 rupees, right? This is all about the direct cost, increase in direct cost, and decrease in indirect cost will be only 2 days decrease there. So 2 into 20 indirect cost. So totally it will be 970 rupees. So this is how we have to calculate the crashing cost. Finally, we have to take the solution out of it. This is a solution table for the project duration of 14 days without any crashing. The critical path was 125 and the total cost was 770 rupees. And after crashing 2 days in the critical path, there were 2 critical paths 125 and 1345 for the project duration of 12 days with a cost of 760 rupees. And by further crashing 2 days in 3 different parts, we make 3 critical parts as 125, 1345 and 1245, and the project duration was 10 days with a cost of 970 rupees. By having this table, we have to take the solution out of it. So the minimum duration of the project is 10 days and the project cost associated with it is 970 rupees. But if you just look for the optimum crashed project completion time is for the lowest cost. So the optimum crashed project completion time is 12 days with a cost of 760 rupees. So this is how we have to take the solution out of this table. This is all about crashing the network. Next we'll move on to the assignment questions. Just pause the video for some time and take down the assignment question. This assignment question is for CPM. We have to find out the optimum project length, total float, free float and independent float for all the activities, critical path method. And this question is for per problem. So what is the probability that the project will be completed in 25 days? Optimistic, most likely and pessimistic time is given. And this question is for project crashing. So the normal time, cost and crash time and crash cost is given. We have to determine minimum total time and corresponding cost. Okay, these are all 3 assignment questions. Next we'll move on to the gate questions. So this is a given project network which consists of 14 different activities from A to N. The duration of these activities in days are shown in brackets on the network diagram. The latest finish time in days for node 10 we have to calculate. So if you want to calculate the latest finish time means TL value. If you want to calculate the TL value for this, first we have to calculate all the TE values and we have to calculate TL values from this event at least up to this event, right? We know how to calculate TE values. So 0, then here it is 0 plus 2, 2, that is 2 plus 3, 5, and here it is 2 plus 4, okay, here it is 5 plus 4, 9, then here comes 2 plus 4, 6, and here 2 plus 6, 8, then 8 plus 2, 10 here, and then if you just come here, it is 6 plus 4, 10, and while coming here, there are 3 rows, so we need this TE value also, so it is 2 plus 2, 4. And while coming here, we have to take the maximum value among all the TE values. We just calculate on this root, it is 10 plus 3, 13, 10 plus 5, 15, 4 plus 4, 8. So among this, the maximum one is 15. So 15 is here. Then here again we have 2 roots, 15 plus 2, 17, 9 plus 3, 12. So the maximum value is 17. And here it is 17 plus 2, 19. So these are all the TE values. We have to start calculating TL values from the end event, which is 19 here. 19 minus 2, 17. And we need the TL value for this node. So we just calculate this. 17 minus 3, 14. So the latest finish time in days for node 10 is 14 days. So this is how we have to calculate. Next question is, in per chart, the activity time duration is given. The activity time duration is normal, binomial, Poisson or beta. What's the answer? We know that expected activity time is actually following beta curve. So the answer is beta. Next question. Following data refers to the activities of a project where node 1 refers to the start and node 5 refers to the end of the project. the critical path network we have to find out. Options are given and this is the activity and duration. So first we have to construct the network diagram. So starting activity 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 1 to 2, 1 to 4. Next is 2 to 3, 4 to 3. So it is actually, it should not be like this, but it is given like this. That should not be any reversal number, but it's given like this. So we have to solve it as it is. So 2 to 3, 4 to 3. So 2 to 3, 4 to 3. Then 2 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 5. 5 is a common node. 2 to 3, 2 to 5, 3 to 5 and 4 to 5. This is a network diagram. Now we have to start calculating the T and TL values by having all the durations. These are all the duration given in the problem. So T value 0, 2, 3, 3 plus 3 6. Here it is 2 plus 1 3. We have to take the maximum, so it is 6. Here it is 2 plus 3 5, 6 plus 2 8, 3 plus 4 7. So we have to take the maximum. The maximum is 8. And we have to calculate all the TL values starting from the last event. So it is 8. 8 minus 2 6. 8 minus 3 5. So here it is 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. It should be 4. No. Sorry. It is, if you just calculate in this way, it is 6 minus 3 3. And here it is 8 minus 4 4. So you have to take the minimum. So it is 3. It's correct. And here it is 8 minus 3, 5. And finally it is 5 minus 2, 3. 3 minus 3, 0. We have to take the minimum. So 0 is the value for a first event. And now we have to calculate or find out the critical path. So the critical path is 1, 2, 3, 3 to, 1 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 5. 1, 4, 3, 5 is the critical path, which is having TL is equal to TE. Right? This is the answer. Next question. So project has 4 activities PQRS. Normal cost of the project is given as 10,000 rupees and overhead cost is 200 rupees per day. If the project duration has to be crossed down to 9 days, the total cost of the project is what? So normal duration is given, directly the cost slope is given. Crash time is not given, that means we can crash up to 0 days also. We have to take it in that way. So we'll start constructing the network diagram first. There is no predecessor for P activity. So the P activity will be the first activity. So 1, 2, 2 will be the P. Then P is the predecessor for Q and R. So Q and R will be the concurrent activities. So this is the activity duration for P. Q and R are the concurrent activities. And S, for the S, the predecessor is R. So that should be a lead from the even number 4 like this. So this is our activity S, right? But there should not be any loose end. So this event should be connected with the end event by using a dummy activity like this with a 0 duration. By having this, we have to calculate T and TL values. 0, here it is 3, 3 plus 7, 10, 3 plus 4, 7, and the maximum among these two, 7 plus 5, 12 and 10 is 12. And reverse calculation is 12, 12 minus 5, 7, 12 minus 0, 12, 12 minus 7, 5 and 7 minus 4, 3, we have to take the minimum 3 and 0. Now the critical path is P, R, S. Right? And we have one more path and the duration is 12 days and we have one more path also PQ and the dummy. So it is just taken as PQ. Now we have to calculate the total cost. Total direct cost is given as 10,000 rupees and overhead cost is given as 200 rupees per day. We know that project length is 12 days, so 12 into 200 which gives you 2,400 rupees. So the total cost is addition of these two, 12,400. Now we have to make the crashing. While coming to the crashing, we have to look for the minimum cost loop, which is having 100 rupees for activity Q. So Q duration is 7, right? But it is not the critical activity. So we have to choose only the critical activity for crashing. So critical path is PRS. So it is PRS. Among this P, R and S, in the cost loop is minimum for activity S. So we'll consider activity S and we'll try to crash as much as possible. Here you can know this is actually 10. And if the critical path should not be changed, means we can just crash up to 2 days, right? So that this also will become a critical path and this critical path will not change. So we'll crash this S activity for 2 days, like this. If we just crash 2 days, the remaining will be 3, and the total TL and TE value calculations will be changed like this. This will be 10 and this will also will be 10. Alright. Now, this is also will become, PQ also will become critical path. So now the critical paths are PRS and PQ with a duration of 10 days. But we have to crash up to 9 days. So we have to look for the opportunity to crash one more day. We know the lowest cost slope is for Q activity. So we can crash the Q for one day. Parallelly, we have to crash some activity in this critical path also. So again, the lowest cost is for yes. So we have to crash one activity, one day here. And before crashing that, we have to recalculate the total cost. So it is again total cost, not total direct cost. So total cost is previous total cost plus increase in direct cost minus decrease in indirect cost or overhead cost. So previous total cost we know that is 12,400, and increase in direct cost for this is actually we have crashed 2 units, right? So it is 2 days with the extra cost of 200 rupees. So 2 into 200, and we have reduced to 2 days. So minus 2 into this 200 rupees. Overhead cost per day is 200. So total cost is again the same, 12,400. Here also we can notice that we can have the same cost for 10 days duration also. As we already discussed, we have to crash down to 9 days. So we are going to crash one unit one day in Q and one day in S. Like this. It will become 2 here and here it will be 6. So if we just recalculate all the T and TL values, it will be 7 plus 2, 9. Here it will be 3 plus 6, 9. 9 plus 0, 0. And here. So this is how we have to calculate. Now the critical paths are the same. Both the critical paths we have, PRS and PQ, and total project length is 9 days. And we have to recalculate the total cost. Previous total cost we know 12,400. Increase in direct cost is, here it is 2 days. We have crashed only 1 day. So 1 day with the cost of 200 rupees, and here plus 1 day with the cost of 100 rupees. So it is 200 plus 100, right? And decrease in indirect cost is, we have reduced only 1 day at the cost of 200 rupees. So it is minus 200. So in total, the total cost is 12,500. What has been asked in the first time. So the answer is 12,500 rupees. Next question is, for the network below, the objective is to find the length of the shortest path from node P to node G. Let Dij be the length of the directed arc from node I to J. Okay. So we have to find out the shortest path. This is actually the network flow model, not the project network model. It is a question from network flow model. So we have to find the shortest path from node P to node G. And length of the directed arc from I to J is actually Dij. Let Sj be the length of the shortest path from P to node J. So if you just take any node Sj from this point, that is from the origin point to that point, Sj will be the shortest path. So if you want to find out the shortest path from P to Q, it will be Sq. P to R, it will be SR, something like that. So the question is, we have to find out SG. Alright? Which of the following equations can be used to find SG? So options are given. So Sg is minimum of Sq and Sr. Minimum of Sq and Sr. It should not be the answer because we have to consider Q to G and R to G also. And next option is minimum of Sq minus dQj minus Sr minus drg. That is Sq means up to this, shortest distance from this to this, minus this one. That will not serve the purpose. Alright. Next option is minimum of Sq up to shortest distance up to this plus this, and minimum of shortest distance up to this plus this. So this is the answer. We already know the shortest distance between P to Q as Sq, and we know this value also. So if we just add these two and add these two, which one is the minimum? Is the minimum shortest distance. So option C is the answer. Right? Next is, consider the following part network. The optimistic time, most likely time, pessimistic time of all the activities are given in the table below. So what we have to do is, we have to find the critical path duration of the network, we have to find out. Right? And the options are given. So network diagram is given. By having this network diagram, first we have to calculate expected time by using this formula and variance of all the activities by using this formula for all the activities like this. Right? After calculating this, we have to construct the network diagram by using this as normal time, and we have to calculate T and TL values for all the events starting from 0. Here it is 2, 6, 5, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, then 5 plus 6 is 11, here is 15 plus 3 is 18, so maximum we have to take, so it is 18. And TL values can be calculated by using the reverse path calculation, so it is 18, 15, 15 minus 5, 10, 10 minus 4, 6, and while coming here 10 minus 7, 3, here it is 18 minus 6, 12, and finally it will be a normally 0. So by after calculating this, the question asked is critical path duration of the network. So it is the critical path duration. So answer is 18 days. Whatever given is 18 days. Next is, for the same network diagram and the activity durations, we have to find out the standard deviation of the critical path. Right? And the options are given. So to find out the standard deviation of the critical path, first we have to find out the variance of the critical path. So critical path we know as it is 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, which is having T is equal to TL values. Right? So first we have to find out the variance of the critical path. For 1 to 3 it is 1 by 9. For 3 to 5 it is 4 by 9. For 5 to 6 it is 1 by 9. For 6 to 7 it is again 1 by 9. So if we just add all these things, we will be getting variance of the critical path. So it is 7 by 9. So if we just take the root of it, we will be finding out standard deviation of critical path. So root of 7 by 9. So which is 0.88. So answer is 0.88. Next is expected time of per activity is given T as TE. Optimistic time is given as TO. Pessimistic time TP. Most likely time is given as TL. So we have to find out the expected time. The formula for expected time, right? So it is TO plus T4L, that is most likely time, plus TP by 6. So answer is this one, A. Next question, consider the given network diagram, project network, where numbers along various activities represent the normal time. The free float on activity 4 to 6 and project duration we have to find out. And the options are given. So by having the network diagram and the normal time, we have to calculate T and TL values for all the events. 0, 3 here it is 2, again 2, and here it is 3 plus 2, 5. While coming here it is 5 plus 3, 8, 2 plus 5, 7, 2 plus 4, 6. We have to take the maximum. So maximum is 8, 8 plus 5, 13. And we have to calculate the TL values by reverse path calculation. 13 minus 5, 8, 8 minus 3, 5, 5 minus 2, 3, then here 8 minus 5, 7, 8 minus 5, 3, 8 minus 4, 4. So here it should be 4, not 6, right? And obviously here it will be 0. And we have to find out the free float of activity 4 to 6. For that, first we need to calculate ES value, that is earliest start. Earliest start value of any activity will be equal to TE value of the first event. So TE value of the first event is 2, right? Then we have to calculate EF. EF is ES plus normal duration or normal time. So ES we have calculated 2, normal time is 4, so it is 6. Then we have to calculate, we have to take the LF value from the network diagram. LF is actually second event's TL value. So LF is second event TL values, which is equal to 8. Then we have to recalculate LS. LS is LF minus normal time. LF is 8 minus 4 is 4. Next we have to calculate the total float. For calculating the free float, we know the formula for calculating total float, that is LF minus EF or LS minus EF. Either way we can calculate it. Here LF is 8 and EF is 6. So 8 minus 6 is 2. The same way LS is 4 and ES is 2. So the TF value is difference is 2. So this is how we have to calculate total float. But what we require is free float. Here free float formula is free float is equal to total float minus head event slag. Head event means second event. Here the second event for 4 to 6 activity is 6. Here the slag is 8 minus 8, 0. So total float is 2 and head event slag is 0. So 2 minus 0, it is 2. So free float value is 2 and the project duration is 13 days. So the option is 2, 13. So the answer is option A, 2, 13. So this is how we have to solve this problem. And this is all about the project network modeling. And in the next video lecture, we are going to discuss about queuing models. Thank you all for your patience hearing. Thank you.